Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, neighborhood pyrography artist, and I'm joined with hubby.
Hubcap.
And this is the closest live to Halloween, so we got a little dressed up. Hey, Spence, Andrea, Sheila, Shirley, Amy. Is Troy here too? You said Troy was here too. Kathy, Spence. Alrighty. I guess our thumbs down's already been here, so anyway. So we are going to do the fabric. So this is really dark fabric, and it's easier to put the darks in and then do the to blend out into the light. We don't have any high highlights on it, so we don't have to worry about that. The way I did my lines is like this is going to be the highest highlight, which isn't really a high highlight in the fabric. I started working on the dark background. We did a live with the Super Toasties on Sunday. and I tried to get more done, but I didn't. I just didn't. So I'm going to use the 18 large. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and bump down to 4. I was at 4.5, but we're going to bump down. And we are going to... This right here is fabric. I think I'm going to go ahead and pop into here. And now we need these folds. This is what makes fabric look like fabric, are the folds. Because if we don't have the folds, then it just looks like a piece of paper, really. So we'll get some darks in first.
Take this off. It's fogging up.
And the heater's hot. Heater's hot. So let's get this dark in first. Actually, I'm going to bump back up to 4.5. I could use a smaller tip, and that might not be a bad idea. I might actually switch over to the 18 extra small, just because it's easier to get into the small areas. Let's see here. We got dark right here. So let's get this dark in. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting in these folds. Remember to move your board around. Easier to move your board than to stand on your head.
Correct. No Spence. That's already apparent. I'm not going to be able to wear that all live. One, it's hard to see out of, and two, it's fogging up. So, and then I forgot to put on my glasses underneath it, so I couldn't really read chat. So.
Yeah, he couldn't get the live started because he couldn't find the button.
Yeah, I was trying. But that's why, and you know what? That's why stormtroopers can't hit their targets. I just figured that out.
That is a good point.
Because they
that
can't
is a
see
good point.
A damn thing.
Can you turn the heater off? I'm like burning up. Thank you. I put the heater on for him because
I'm not
Alaska boy gets cold.
I got a flu shot.
Yeah, keep using that as an excuse for as long as possible.
Well, yeah, yes, I will. It's not an excuse, it's a reason. There's a difference.
So I bumped down to 3.5, but you can see how hot because of how this pen carries the heat.
Yeah.
Which also means your hand will stay cooler. I do highly recommend. I'm going to angle it so you can kind of see this pen for that very reason. I can get things done quickly at a lower heat, and it makes a big difference. It has become my go-to to start off with. So just cutting in some darks. And you can already see as I'm darkening up, the hand is really starting to pop out. And that's what we want.
So our delay today is around 14 seconds.
So
it's better than the past. Like when we first started, it was like a 30-second delay.
Yeah.
Sometimes more.
So I'm dragging flat. And let me get... So I've got the tips laid out. Okay. It's under... Go over to the left. Yeah, go in the middle. Go down.
Yeah,
it says tips. Yeah, so I'm going full flat.
So which full flat? Okay.
And then I'm going in between dragging and ovals to smooth things out. The ovals really do help smooth things out and get it more even.
It says, would this be full tip then?
Yes, this is full tip.
All right, there you go.
I'll be switching soon.
You tell me, and I will switch it.
Now I'm just dragging. trying to smooth it out. And again, this is 3.5, so you can really see how dark this pen. That felt weird. It felt like something was touching my arm. It was the cord. No.
Not me.
Not you. I'm actually going to go down to 3 because it's burning really hot.
Teresa loves your hat.
I think y'all. Hey, Teresa. Haven't seen you.
Oh, we were just talking about it.
We were in the last live.
Yeah.
In the Super Toasty live.
Good things. We're just wondering where you were.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Burl is here.
Burl got her pen.
Oh, nice.
He's liking the 18 extra small too.
Kurgan is here. Hey, Troy.
I already said hi to Troy.
I
I didn't say hi to Burl though, I don't think.
Ah.
But if I did, I guess he gets 2 highs.
Well, there you go. And eventually Bernadette will show up for her.
Yes. Alrighty. See, this is even at 3.5 flat full tip. And it's burning really dark. Which is good. I do want the darks. I can always smooth it out. Alrighty. So let's see here. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and turn down to 1.5 with this tip. And we're going to put some fabric in since we already have a dark right here. So let's go ahead. We have to pay attention to the gradient of the dark for the fabric. So what I mean by that is right here, it's darker because it's still further away from the light, but it's getting sunlight. So we need to drag that in, and it'll lighten up as we go. Go up to 2. Drag it in. I'm doing more half tip now. Half tip.
Oh, sorry.
Alright. Go right up against that ridge because we don't have necessarily smooth gradients because fabric rolls. So we do have some sharp edges.
Oh, wait. It's a half tip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go.
So
Put the wrong one up.
This is dark in here. Right up against the light. Just like with glass, fabric needs that contrast.
Oh.
And you need to roll it. What I mean by roll is right here we've got lighter right along this edge. And then we got even lighter, so I'm going to move quicker.
Troy says, hey guys. Hey man, been missing you. I know you've been busy. We've been busy too. And Teresa says, hi. Been dealing with health issues, unfortunately, but feeling a bit better.
Oh, I'm glad. You see right here, we've got another dark. So, slow down. And with backing the dark, or the light with this dark right here, we now have a fold. That quick, that easy. Now that'll go darker as with, I'm going to go up to 2.5 since I've already burned in here. There's always going to be that darker line, just like the glass. So if you're doing blue jeans, there are wrinkles in blue jeans unless they're like the skin tight ones. And so you're going to have this gradient effect. As long as you follow those folds, it will look real.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Pull this down a little bit. Touch up where it's already the darkest. Bring it in. See, now I need to go darker down here because I accidentally went a little dark there, which is totally fine. It's no big deal. We just darken up this line below it. And blend up. Just like a gradient. I'm going to go up to 3, and I'm going to get this dark in real quick. Because this is a full dark right here. I'm using just the tip to get into this small area. And where there's peaks and valleys in the fabric, that is where your shadows are going to follow. So we got it darker here. In fact, that will go darker. It'll go, looks like as dark as the background. And since I've got some of the background in, well, starting to put it in, that helps to be able to adjust. Let's see here. That's fabric. It's up above. Here, that's not. And if you mess up and get a, say you're doing a curtain or a tablecloth, if you mess up and get a wrinkle in the wrong spot, as long as it still looks like a fold, it will look right. Nothing to worry about. Cut this in. Do more of full and just dragging to cut it in. Cut that one in a little bit more. And then, let's see here, that's the finger. We're down here. This is much lighter. So I'm going to go ahead and bump down to 2. And the reason I'm adjusting is because this pen does hold the heat so well. I need to adjust just slightly sometimes. Just the tip. And see, this looks like, yep, this goes darker than this right here on the hand, the joint. Make sure we get that darker. And that's what's going to help make the hand stand out. There we go. Just the tip. Ovals. Now, before I forget, while I'm putting these in, and then it lightens up, don't forget the time change. Time change, daylight savings time happens November 7th, but the first live affected is November 9th. And it's going to be an hour earlier than you came in today. So we have one more live regular time next week. And then everything changes for you guys an hour early. And that's because we don't, here in Arizona, observe daylight savings, except on the reservation.
No.
On the Navajo Nation. All right, so right up against that finger, got to get that darker.
We choose not to participate.
Well,
We don't recognize.
but we still have to.
We don't recognize your silly savings.
But we still have to, though. Even though we don't do it, we have to keep up with everybody else's.
So, Teresa says, I've missed you all.
We've missed you.
And Teresa says, and I feel like I should have the helmet on to say this. Oh, God. Nope, the glasses don't fit underneath that. And Teresa says, love this work, Val. Damn, girl, you're good.
Thank you. Did he ask you to put the helmet on for that?
No. I just did it for my own amusement.
Ah, well.
Sonia's here.
Hey,
she
Sonia.
says, sorry I'm late. You're not that late.
Yes, her computer had to go into the hospital last week, and then it died, and she had to get a new one. That's why she wasn't at our live on Sunday, or last Tuesday or Sunday.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I too am a victim of a computer that, well, mine just won't boot up. So I don't know. It's always starting. So.
All right, so I'm just trying to blend out because the dark is right up against the hand. There's a bit of a shadow, but we don't want to overdo it. It's not that dark, but I need to have some shadow in order to separate the finger bone from the fabric. Remember, these are, this is a photo I took and some photo mashup and effects to get this look. And the Super Toasties have the pattern. In fact, Andrea has started. Her hand looks awesome. It's always cool to see them work on one of my patterns. Alright, so now we're starting to lighten up because it's going up. And as we go up, it is going to lighten up, even if it's a dark fabric, because the light is hitting this more. So let's get that in real quick. Remember, I'm going to darken. I would prefer to have some wiggle room and go just slightly lower and do a little more work to darken it up versus going full dark and not having as much control. So let's lighten this up and turn down to just shy of 1.5. I need to erase some graphite right here. There we go. And as the fabric builds up, it's really going to start taking shape. Alright, so I'm flat, doing ovals. And although I'm going across the grain, oh boy, what did Troy say?
It's not Troy.
It's not Troy?
It's Amy. And
Amy?
it was this comment held for review, and I'm showing it because it's hilarious. Because it was held for review, and Amy says, "Oh crap! Sorry, cat jumped on the keyboard." Was it just jumping, or was the cat like
pawing at it? Alrighty.
Troy, that is our resident troll. We don't know who they are.
No,
But
they don't have the balls to
But
leave a comment.
they do take the time to show up and dislike,
do.
even though it benefits. Valarie.
Yep, it benefits. So
haters gonna hate, right?
yeah. Alright, so let's darken this up. I obviously ticked somebody off.
That was a long time ago.
I know, it's been over a year.
Yeah.
It's not every video, but
Yeah, almost every. Well, I would say like 80% of them.
yeah. Well, I'll be nice in the comments until they're real jerks. And then I post my responses and comments in the Super Toasty group.
So, Amy says Bob the cat fully landed on the keyboard, but she wrote Bob the car. And I'm not making fun of you, Amy. I was just like, but just for a little bit, I was just like, Bob the car. That's an interesting name for a cat. Like, Bob the car, come here. Like, how did he get that name? Is he that large?
As a car. Alright, so right here we have a peak. And our brightest spot is right here. And we have a fold, so I'm trying to incorporate it. So let's blend this in. This part is a little darker. So we're going to blend it in. But right now it kind of looks off. And that's because I don't have the dark underneath just yet. So let's fold in here. And this part is darker. I'm going to bump up to 2.5. Just so it's quicker. I tend to work faster in the lives because I want to show you guys as much stuff. But sometimes I screw up because of it.
It's okay. Your screw-ups are like minute compared to everyone else.
Nope, not at all.
I am drinking special coffee. Do you want anything? Do you want me to go get you something?
No.
You sure?
Okay. Right up against flat tip. Just dragging across. Oops, grain caught there. So I will do some ovals. Try to blend them in.
Are you still on the same tip?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I am trying to stick with just a couple of tips. Because not everybody has.
Well, I mean, you're still in the same. You're still using the half tip. Okay.
Oh, yeah. But you're talking about pin wise.
No, I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing my job. Trying to keep up with you.
Well, yeah, half. Yeah, I'm at half. Let's see. Get some darks right in here. And slowly the fabric starts emerging. And you can get a little creative with your folds. More contrast.
Mine is coffee and cinnamon whiskey, Kathy. which I don't really care for cinnamon, but it's the cinnamon whiskey that we got is pretty good.
I love
Just
cinnamon.
in small amounts.
I love cinnamon.
But I do like Irish cream too. That's really good. We'll definitely come around as it gets colder and come into the holidays. That probably will pick up a bottle of Irish cream at some point.
All right, so here we got darker. So I'm going to blend it in. But I don't want to lose that ridge because this ridge is lighter. So I'll darken up back here. And darken up underneath. Because this ridge does have color. It's just not as light as the rest where the light's hitting. Darken this a little bit.
Yes, it is Fireball.
Let's see here. Looks like we got part of the hand.
I got it a couple years ago, but I don't remember why. I'm just trying it out, I guess.
Part of the hand sticks out here, so I need to watch that. I'm going to create the bump. I'm glad I caught it, because there's a little bit more of...
Burl says you need to try the Crown Royal maple sugar. Yes, please.
You would think we drink all the time, but we actually don't.
We don't. Like, that bottle of Fireball has been with us, well, it might be 2 years now. And it took us over a year to get through the Jack Daniel's honey whiskey. And that's because I cook with it. You know, like if we didn't cook with it, we'd still be on that same bottle. So.
Alright. Feels a little more correct.
Yeah, we don't generally drink a lot of alcohol. Like you bought a case of Very Manly drinks a while back for me at my request, and there's still like 3/4 of the case sitting in the bottom of our refrigerator.
Yep.
It's like I forget about it, except for when I put vegetables in there, and then I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, the thing is I can't drink that much alcohol.
I can't either. Well, it gives me stomach cramps.
I used to be able to.
And then plus there's been a lot of people that I've been around that have been alcoholics, and that's not a road that I ever want to go down. I don't think I'm prone to that, but you know.
Alright.
But we also take medications and that can interact with it, so we have to be careful.
Yep. Well, not only that, for me, I learned very quickly that more than 3 drinks causes a flare-up for me. My lupus goes, yep, you're done having fun. Alrighty. So now I had to make some stuff up for the hand because it looks like I missed it from when we were doing the hand live. So, but only you guys know because I just told you. If somebody else is looking at it, they'd never know that I screwed up there.
Yep.
You guys know because I shared.
So do you think like Bob, because he was a perfectionist, he just portrayed himself as easygoing, you know, because he did like 3 versions of every painting to make sure that he got it right.
Yeah.
Do you think that like during one of his broadcasts that he was like, and there's a happy little tree and there's no mistakes in your world, but on the inside he's like, damn it, I made a mistake. Oh, this is terrible.
You mean kind of like me?
Yeah, like maybe he had a vortex too, but just nobody ever saw it.
Well, unlike him, I'm doing my art live. He could do multiple takes over and over again. So
Bob's home studio, you walk in and there's this swirling vortex in the ceiling.
I'm going to make a video about the vortex.
Here's my happy little vortex. Lots of words swirling around in there. There's no wrong words.
I gotta use that. I gotta use that. That's good. Alright, so now we're starting to get some shape in here. And again, there's no, I mean, this is the lightest spot, is up here. The rest of it is just darker. I used red fabric. I'm trying to remember. I changed the color of it, I think, for this one. And then switched it over to what I did. Right now I'm leaving the lighter spots for a second so I can go ahead and erase. And then I can go back and start filling it in. I think the hand's really starting to pop out now.
It is.
We're filling in
I think it is too.
areas. And that's why you can't get mad or upset with yourself and think it sucks. Not really. Until you got everything in, because you're not getting the full picture. And this is one of those do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, because when you get done with it, you're going to be like, okay, it's done. You're going to be like, no, it's terrible. And I'll be like, what? It's awesome.
No, overall, I'm liking this piece. I'm glad I did it.
I'm glad you did it too. It looks cool.
All right, now let's get our lights in real quick. I'm going to move very quickly. I'm at 2. And even if I accidentally go a little dark, what I can do is darken up the area around it, and it will lighten it up automatically. There we go. Actually, this part is a little darker.
Wow, Moritz is here too.
Hey, Moritz.
Hey, Moritz. Kurgan's in chat too. So, it's a party.
Missed you for the live on Sunday. Worked on dark background, on this dark background. Alrighty. And talked about some merchandise. Got some input. Alrighty. So now, watch what happens when I bump up to 3 and come below here, because this is a dark area as well. So I'm going to get some of the darks in here. And watch what happens to that fabric. The minute I do this.
It's not going to catch on fire, is it? 'Cause
Nope.
it's fabric?
Nope.
Okay.
And actually, because of the size of this area, I probably should use a bigger tip just so I can get a smoother burn.
Yeah, life is moving quick.
I know, I can't believe we're already almost in November.
Mm-hmm. Kurgan says, unholy cow. Yes, it is unholy cow because Moritz is here. I know Moritz will understand that.
Yeah.
Unholy cow. I like it.
And I'm going ahead and using that higher heat setting to just darken up. Kind of reshape the fabric a little bit.
Burl says, any ETA on said merchandise?
We didn't do the photo shoot like we were supposed to on Sunday. I really want to do it tonight.
Okay.
So that I can, I know she's got her thing. So.
Oh yeah, we need to get it done.
I need to get it done so I can have it available for her. And I'm trying to figure out how to do discount codes for that. Now this is darker, so I need to darken this up. And see how things where I haven't burned are lightening up. And that's just because I've got dark going up against it.
Burl says, I must need retail therapy.
I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the 18L so that I can do this large area.
Are you changing how you're using the tip?
This tip will be used half, top half. No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Oh, and guess what I have to do on Thursday?
That's your...
I gotta get my face beat again.
Yeah. We can't go anywhere. We have to come straight home. I don't want to get arrested.
Well, I have the receipt from the doctor, so. Alright, so I'm just using the top half. I'm actually gonna bump up to 4. Just using the top half and dragging down. Since this is a bigger area, it's just easier to use a bigger tip. There you go. Blend that in. I have this this fold blend in a little bit. Just the top half. What was that about? So what was that about?
Nothing. Really.
On large areas.
So
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say something about this earlier, and it's not a bad thing, but it's not a great thing either.
Oh no, what did I do?
It's your hat is blocking everything. So like when you're leaned forward like that, it's just the hat. Like you know, we have the inset where.
Yeah, but I'm having bad hair days. I'm not taking it off.
Okay.
So this is the full tip drag and overlapping just like for the dark background. And just overlapping. I'm trying to keep how long the tip touches down an even amount of time.
I agree, Kurgan. We need to catch up, you, me, and Moritz. Like, I'll be on tomorrow if you guys are around. Like, I'm on pretty much every morning, so.
See how smooth and nice and pretty that is? Just taking my time. I know we get to this point in the burning, we just want to get it done. And we start hurrying up. But if we actually take that deep breath and just spend that little extra time, we'll have a smoother result.
Jason wants his screen time. No, not like that, Burl. Or are you talking about the hat?
The hat. Let's see here. Where's
Well,
the
no,
photo?
no, Burl. I thought that people might want to see Valerie's beautiful face. Don't laugh. I'm being serious. Don't laugh, Mr. Frodo. I was being serious.
So this is half tip. Actually, this is full tip. Did you switch over to full tip?
Because after Halloween, at some point, we get to watch Lord of the Rings again.
Next month.
Yep.
Next month is Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter month.
Yep. Star Wars too, right? You're awfully quiet. But I wanna.
Fine.
Okay.
I don't want anybody to think I don't like Star Wars. It's just a lot of movies.
Oh, I know. Not yet, Moritz. I don't think you to be quiet about that. Oh, great. I shouldn't have said anything. Soon enough. Don't you worry. Moritz loves the details on the bones.
Oh, thank you. I still need to darken them, but I'm overall happy with them.
And Kathy says looks awesome.
So I'm just trying, now it's half tip, and I'm just trying to go a little lighter. But I need it to blend. Ovals work too.
Victor says if you consider an eye food because of the thing you're doing.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know why you'd have, like, I suppose, because I was thinking ice cube, but I guess it's more like an olive in a martini.
Exactly.
Gross.
So I'm moving very quickly, and I'm flat in order to smooth this out.
Wait, you're flat? Do I need to...
My tip is flat.
Flat.
Full.
Full tip. Aye, Captain.
Just dragging down. I'm moving very quickly on purpose. Then I don't have to adjust my heat. There we go. This needs to be a little darker. I can use just the tip. And drag this in. You can see with burning, I'm going back and forth. So are you trying to keep up with me on?
I'm trying to.
This is the top half.
Interesting. Full tip doesn't work.
Because you got to take the tip only off.
I did.
Now go down. Take that one off. Take that one off. There it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, a little mini tutorial for me on how to work the thing. It's very technical. It's a lot of clicking.
Right now I'm just using the top half.
Exactly, Troy.
Yeah.
And that's cool, Moritz.
Alright, so let's get
Huh.
a little bit more of this fold darkened.
Burl thought it was an eyeball looking through the wine.
It's floating in the wine. That's why we've got the I mean, there needs to be a little bit more burning to break up the bubbles, but it's like it was just dropped into. And I had thought about putting a highlight in front of the eye, but it would throw it off, so that's why I didn't do it. But it's floating. So as I put in more darks, it really starts coming in on it. Let's see here. This is darker. So I'm just going to drag full tip. Blend it out. And the minute I slow down, it's going to darken. So I have to have that pen control. Let's see here.
Yes, that is not something that I have.
Well, it is part of practicing.
Well, I know. Like you can't fly. You gotta walk first.
That's right.
And I'm not to the flying stage yet. I might not be to the walking stage.
It's totally okay. So darker in the middle, just so you can see, and then very quickly, because this fold is darker, I'm just using the top half, very quickly, blend it out. Let's see here. And then this part back here is actually darker, but not as dark as this spot right here. So you really have to pay attention what overlaps what and how. The furthest back is going to be the darkest. And then as we go, it's going to lighten up. And this part is actually darker. Just the top half of the tip. I do try to make my ovals try at least to follow the grain. And what I mean is if I'm burning this way, I'm moving my pen up and down, which is following the grain.
Are you still using full tip?
No. I'm at half tip. And if it's sideways, then I'm going back and forth because that's the way the grain is now laying, is back and forth. And this helps to keep the pen from grabbing the grain, even though my wood is completely smooth. The heat does raise the grain, and sometimes it will catch. So if I follow the grain with my ovals, it stays smoother versus going against the grain.
Science.
Yeah. Think of it this way. You know how a cat is happy when you're petting the fur from head to tail, but then the minute that you pet tail to head, they get cranky.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same idea. Same. Finding the direction of the wood so that it is happy with the burn. So we got dark right here. I'm going to slow down, go into smaller circles to darken up. Now a lot of this fabric is a bit blurry. So if you have less absolute lines, it will look more blurry.
Mm.
If you have lines that stand out more, and then it's more detailed.
Yep.
So anytime you're doing something blurry, try to keep that in mind. It'll be softer if you don't have a harsh line of any kind. Even if it's going into the dark, I can blend it.
You know, Burl,
Soften it
it
up.
kind of does look like ribs, but it looks like that in the reference as well.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. It could go. Yeah, it could read that way. I was just trying to go for an elegant glass of eyeball wine. Alrighty. And see, like up here, just these two spots, the pencil right here, that's just the lightest part of the fabric because it's going further and further back into the, it's receding. So we just see the highest or the brightest areas, which because of where it's at is not overly bright. I'm going to bump up to 4.5 because I'm just using the top half of the tip. And then I can quickly go over that line softly and just blur it out and go darker down at the bottom. We don't see too much fabric because it's all dark. And see, when I was going across the grain, it wasn't as smooth, but now following the grain, it smooths out. Above it. So this is the actual background. So with the background, I'll just very quickly, what I did on the other side, it's a flat full drag. Am I still on camera? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're trying to keep it even, sometimes it helps to count so you know how long you've been dragging the tip. I tend to go about 7.
You're doing full drag?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. And then when I pick back up, I go back over where I burned and then drag down again. And like I told the Super Toasties, I try to angle it just slightly so that it just gives me a wider line. I'm off. I tend to go this way. And if there's any places that are messed up, I'll go back in with a larger medium spin shader and a little higher heat or the same and just blend it all together. Not gonna stress about it. I have to be careful because this is where I can fall asleep.
I will keep you awake.
Let me back off.
But you don't really fall asleep when you're on stream.
No, not when. No, because I'm talking.
That's my job.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, when I just got my headphones on, or I'm listening to, if I'm listening to my music or my book, because it's almost meditative, because it's the same thing over and over again. And I don't have to overly think. I have to pay attention to the angle of my hand. But other than that, I don't have to overly think. And so it starts becoming meditative. And that's even if I'm listening to my really heavy music. I can be listening to Paraman 5000 and still doze off.
I need to check in on you periodically when I hear heavy music.
No, because I got my headphones on.
With a fire extinguisher?
No, when I start doing that, and what happens is my eyes start doing this, and the minute I start feeling that, no matter what I'm doing or how long I've been working, if that starts, I put the pen down and I turn the burner off, because there have been several times where, you know, I'm going like this, do, and then all of a sudden I'm doing this, and then the pen slows down. I haven't burned anything, or, well, other than the wood, haven't burned through anything, but it's just dangerous.
You still using the same angle?
I'm using right now, when I'm doing the ovals with this tip, I'm doing just the top half. Just trying to fill in. So the dark background looks rough, but it will be smoothed out by the time I'm done.
Well, anybody who knows your work knows that it's going to be smooth.
Yeah. Alright, so we got our darkest right here. And then it's actually going to lighten up a bit.
We're coming up to 9 minutes until an hour.
Oh, okay. So let's see if anybody got any questions. This won't be on camera anymore. I have the rest of the stuff to block in, and then I have to darken it. If the Super Toasties, because they have the pattern, if they want another live just to hang out and discuss this, then we'll do it for them. But that's a members only live. But other than that, this won't be on camera anymore. It be done. And I gotta remember, I don't have this in my reference. I actually extended the fabric. So.
Troy says, yeah, update that tip. Like Army of Darkness.
You know,
tip boy!
You know, it's probably good that he wasn't in chat last week when Cole was.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
I don't remember.
Thank you, Kathy. Yep, don't forget that thumbs up.
Did Troy meet the boys?
Did he? I don't know if he did or
Yes,
not.
he's met Cole. Yes.
I think he did, yeah.
It's when Cole was still going to NAU.
Yeah.
And they were living up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So dark right up against, and then I'm gonna speed up. Actually, it'd probably be a bit better if I go ahead and bump down. I was almost at 5 there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too dangerous for me. Not because I'll burn myself, although that eventually will happen.
Don't put that out there.
Well, they're betting on it, so.
Yeah, but nobody wants you to do it.
Then why are they betting on it?
Because
they know it'll happen.
well, they know it'll happen. It's not that they want it to happen. There's a difference.
I know.
Alright. So just the tip. Speeding up, I did bump down to 4. And even from this area, let's see real quick while we're waiting to see if there's any questions. I'm going to switch over to the large spoon shader.
You're going to use it in the same fashion?
Yep. Yeah, unlike the spear shaders, me saying the direction of the tip or what part of the tip I'm using doesn't really go with this tip because it's very similar to a ball tip. I'm using just the end here.
Oh, okay.
So it's not, you don't have to have any of that up.
Gotcha.
So I'm at 4.
So the spoon shader more or less replicates the ball tip shape.
But bigger and heats
bigger,
differently,
and,
yes.
And it's a thinner piece of metal.
Yes. And that's why it carries heat different.
Thank you, Kurgan. He says nobody wants Sucky to burn himself.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're not betting on you burning. They're saying when you're going to do it, not if you're going to do it.
That sort of feels like the same thing.
You put it out there, though.
I just know myself. I know I'm
They didn't put it out there.
I shocked myself one time in very similar circumstances. And I didn't mean to. It just happened.
Alright, so I'm just trying to move quickly. It is still better to move with the grain in the ovals with this, so I don't get the blobs. This one will make a bigger starting off mess, and that what I mean is you can see the strokes more, but as you go back over and over it, it will smooth out. You just have to stick with it. When I see, let's see here, down here, I'll just see right when I start off the oval, it's pretty kind of messy. We'll do that. You can see a lot of the stroke, but then as I go over it, kind of change direction, follow the grain, it starts smoothing out. And see, this goes back to the pen control. Just how you move your pen.
So Kathy says, so what's shaking and baking for next week?
That is a very good question.
Yeah, because Halloween will be over, so this one won't be.
That's why it's not going to be on camera anymore.
Yeah.
See, I don't tend to do Thanksgiving stuff.
You could do autumn stuff though.
I can do autumn
Pumpkins
stuff.
And
No pumpkins because we're already.
corn.
I do not want to wood burn corn.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Why would you do that to me?
Because I don't want to. I wouldn't want to do that.
If
either.
they say they want corn, guess who's burning with me?
Great.
Because you said it.
I don't.
Guess who?
I don't want to do corn either because it's too much.
I was thinking about, because there's a website that has a lot of free stuff, Creativa, and since they offered me an affiliate link, but they got a lot of free stuff, I'm not worried about the affiliate link. I'm going to see if I can find like something cheesy for Thanksgiving or fall. Kind of loosen up, maybe a little cartoony, because I always do realism. So maybe...
Spence says, do a maple leaf.
Love maple leaves. Love them.
That would be good, because you know what? That's like
one of my faves.
It's a really good exercise for it's a good drawing exercise too.
But we did maple leaves.
So Kathy
We've
says,
already done
I
that.
do so want to see this one finished alongside of this sculpt.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And I do too.
Kurgan and Burl are like corn. I don't think so. Lynx Lady says, how about a wild turkey? Or a bottle of... No, I am saying... She says, how about a wild turkey?
I was about to say, we could do a bottle of wild turkey.
Do you just want us to drink a bottle of wild turkey on stream? That could be fun.
That could be scary.
Amy Hess says, I'm starting a mushroom and leaf project, and Kurgan is putting corn emojis up. So...
You did it.
Why?
I don't want to burn corn.
Why do we encourage them?
You did it. You gave them the thought. But you can see now how the burning's smoothing out as I keep going over it. I know I'm kind of skipping around. I was looking for the darker area. I am filming when I'm working on this piece outside of the live. I am filming it, so even if it's just a speed video, so we can see how I finished it. I am recording it, Kathy. And then it's going to hang right behind me until it sews.
Teresa says, American Indian in full headdress.
Okay, so there's a reason I won't do that. I would love to do a Native American in full headdress, but unless I had the approval of their family and I did it correctly, I really don't want to do that. I don't want to... There's multiple reasons. I want to ensure I would do justice to it. If there was any symbols in it, I would want to ensure that those symbols are correct in their meaning and not just thrown on there. I'm trying to watch how I say all this.
It's just being sensitive to the culture and not trying to...
I have a photo of my great 3 times removed, 4, something like that, grandfather, who is full Native American, but he is not in headgear. He's in a suit. And I have thought about burning him since he is family.
Well, I'm Cherokee. You can just do me in a hat. That's like virtually the same thing.
You would never walk around in headgear, in a headdress.
No,
you
because
would not
I'm
do
not
it.
a chief. That's that's special.
I try to be careful with things like that because I know things can be misappropriated and misconstrued, and I just would want to make sure I was honoring and not doing any of that.
Me,
That's the main reason I stay away from it. Because there are Native Americans who do wood burning. So I would rather lift them up than quiet them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to get some thumbs down for that, but
so be it.
so be it. That's how I feel about my art.
I appreciate that. Yeah, me in a chief's headdress would be the same as if I, because I was, retired soldier. But if I just showed up on camera wearing, general's, rank, that's like you can't do that. That's
no, but you could wear your
place.
cavalry hat.
Yeah.
It's not Chief of Chief logo. Chief of Chief.
I think maybe she meant or.
Oh.
Chief logo.
As in football or baseball?
Like Kansas City Chiefs.
Baseball.
I thought that was
baseball.
Football.
Is it football?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, football. Duh.
It's sports ball.
I haven't had to watch it until.
It's sports ball. I'm an expert. Kurgan says corn would be so boring. Now,
it would.
YouTube burning and having to take a shot every 15 minutes would be fun.
Yeah, but if I had to take a shot every 15 minutes, that could be fun, actually. I'd have to be burning something I don't care about. Because at some point it's going to get... But I can't go past 3 drinks. That's a problem.
Well, then we can only stream for 45 minutes. Well...
Yeah, but 3 drinks in 45 minutes ain't going to do nothing. Oh. All right, so...
For you, maybe.
Yeah, you're a lightweight.
It will be significant for me.
You're lightweight.
Hey, well, that's true.
Alrighty, so as I will just keep going over this over and over again. It's kind of similar to the fabric we did in the skull, but this is a lighter fabric because the fabric in the skull is black. So, but I definitely need to start pushing it back as well, but I can't push back the fabric until I have all the dark background in, because then I can adjust and get that right.
Teresa says, okay, so pilgrims. Look at her hat. We don't like pilgrims around here.
Hey, I had family members on those boats.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not me.
We will figure something out. I'll go through.
Mine were either here or in Germany.
Until the 1800s, yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, this is going to look cool once I get that fabric calmed down and push back and do a little bit more burning on the hand, darken up inside the glass. It's really, I think it's going to start really popping.
I think so too.
Yeah, and you can see how fast I started getting the fabric in. I mean, granted, I realize I know we've gone for an hour, but I did all but that.
Yes. I would love to do that.
What's that?
Oh, it's a ship from Alien. You remember the drop ship from Aliens? That's what he's talking about. I would do that. She would not do that. Spence says, how about an old barn?
Burl paid you for that one, didn't she?
What?
She sent you a message. He's like, ask her for a barn.
If there's anything about an owl in that barn, that's confirmed. It was Burl. 100%. Burl says, I would go for a barn.
See? I told you.
Busted, Burl.
But Teresa did it too.
Amy Hess said I'd be willing to show my photo. Wait, about a barn?
What if it's about a barn? I'd take it.
Barn is good. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Her mushroom and leaf project.
Oh, okay. Kathy says barn is good, though. So, I don't know. Chat's starting to lean towards barn.
Burl has been working on me for over 2 years to do a barn.
Trying to wear you down.
But if I do the barn for her now, then I don't have to worry about it in the book.
Burl says, nope, I didn't. She says, here, I didn't put him up for it. To it.
I will look for a barn, okay? We will look at doing a barn. It'll be a small barn.
She didn't wink. I added that in there because I think we all know what's going on here.
What does this remind you of?
Huh? Ah! I don't know. Ah! Stop that. I don't. Ah!
Yes, you do. We just
Oh,
work-
no! Oh, no. No.
Insidious.
No. Bad Valarie.
Hey,
Yeah, a giant parked in front of a barn. Well, it would obscure the barn.
I just launched my hat.
Yeah?
Yes.
God, you think you were the one drinking special coffee.
I guess in a good mood. I saw snow and the moon. So I'm in a good mood.
Burl says, geez, I need to get the camera out. for
Yes,
photos."
please. Send me a photo of a barn that you like, and we will do the barn. I've told you that. If we did your bear, I will do your barn. But I need a good photo. We don't have barns around here. We'd have to go driving quite a ways to find a barn.
I
So,
wonder why that is.
because we're in the city. There's not a lot of farmland around here.
You didn't have to say it so hard. I think we're about done, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Burl, we shall talk. Get me a photo and we will do a barn. We will do a barn. I'm going to take this because you can't see. Alrighty, if we don't have any other questions.
I'm not qualified.
Having an old building on a reserve. Now you're changing it on me.
A nature reserve? Federal reserve?
Native reserve? Yeah, I mean,
Army reserve?
he just wants to talk in it.
I'm just trying to be a part of this. Don't try and turn me off.
I'm picking your nose.
Stop that.
Oh, there's a button there. What's it do? What's it do?
Don't touch.
What's the button do?
Ow, that was really hard.
Well, you moved. What's
Hey,
the
the
button?
helmet works. If you...
What's it do?
It...
Say it with me. You know what to say. You're awesome. You
this
can
isn't the
do
corn
this.
you're looking for. Move
Happy
along.
burning.
Move along. Move
Happy
along.
Halloween on Sunday.